Hey everyone, I hope you had a really nice weekend. Let's get straight to the charts. Let's take a look at Bitcoin over here. And what happened with Bitcoin is that it had a little bit of a double top at this resistance area over here. This yellow line is the 50-day moving average. It hasn't tested it yet. It got quite close, but the bears were able to defend it as a resistance. Therefore, we had a little bit of a double top. The bulls were ideally going for a higher high as they were already starting an uptrend where we had a low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low. But then the bears came in, stopped them from setting another higher high, and this is a lower high over here. Now the bears ideally want to push this down and set a lower low and break this support level and change the trend back in favor of the bears. It's been a battle, and there's really not too much action right now in the crypto space. It's kind of been quiet. We've seen some decent gains recently, but nothing in comparison to how it was months ago. You can tell it's quiet down quite a bit, and it's trying to find direction. We don't really have a clear sense of direction at this point. If you look on the longer term time frames, we are still in what appears to be a downtrend, although bulls are making some headway. And this is Bitcoin over here, where bulls have thus far held a higher low on the weekly, where we've got a higher low over here compared to this week before, and thus far we have a higher low this week compared to last week. The bears obviously want to break this support level. It's not too far off. This support level is at $32,699 on the Binance USDT Bitcoin. So it's not too far off. And if that support level does break, then the next support level I'd be looking at is this yellow line, which is the 50-week moving average. And if the bulls are able, if the bears are able to break this support and break this support and start closing below here, then we'd be looking for a test of that recent low, which of 28,800. And if that breaks, we don't know how low we're going to go. We could head down to this 100-week moving average around the high 19,000, 20,000 mark. We could be looking at the middle monthly Bollinger Band around 22,000, 23,000 over here. I'm not saying it's going to go there. That is the bear target and the bear case. The bull case, for the bulls want to hold this level over here. Ideally hold yesterday's low to show more strength. They want to push back up, squeeze these bears who came in hoping for this double top. Bulls want to push back up, squeeze these bears, break the high of yesterday, test this 50-day moving average, and continue what they were starting out as a potential new daily uptrend. Because we are not in a downtrend as of now on the daily chart. We are still in a downtrend on the weekly chart on the longer term time frame. But we are not in a downtrend yet on the daily chart because we set a lower high, but we didn't set a lower low. So we've got this higher low here, and it's possible that we trade within a range for a few days like this before deciding the direction, whether we get a breakout upwards or we get a breakout downwards, unless there's a lot of weakness and it just breaks straight down, or there's a big squeeze and it breaks straight up. Right now, the market is clearly trying to find direction, which it hasn't found yet. And that goes for all cryptos over here. But Ethereum has been showing more strength than Bitcoin. And you look at Ethereum, and Ethereum is more on an uptrend. It's had this clear double bottom here. It's got the low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And this is the difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin, whereas Ethereum set another higher high while Bitcoin double topped. So Ethereum is showing more strength than Bitcoin. I was mentioning a few weeks back, I was looking for it to test this previous support area as a potential resistance area, and it got quite close. That was around the $2,450 mark. It got quite close. Thus far, bears were able to stop the bulls from penetrating back above that level. But thus far, this is healthy consolidation. This looks potentially like a bull flag. on Ethereum. So what we're going to be looking for is a break of yesterday's high or low to signal that short-term direction. If we break the low, the next support we're going to be looking at is that middle Bollinger Band around 2100. If we break the high, then we're going to be looking at that 50-day moving average and this previous critical support level as the next bullish targets to look for. So Ethereum is showing more strength than Bitcoin at the moment. This thus far looks like healthy consolidation. There's no big sell-off. There's no big volume at the high. And if you notice, there's a bit of a volume spike yesterday on the decline, which shows some buying on the way down and shows some support, price support on the way down. Let's look where that volume is. A lot of it came in this one bar, big sell-off on that one bar over there. But the bulls are holding this level, potential inverse head and shoulders forming on the hourly. Another big volume spike at this low. Bulls want to hold this low, which was 21.57. If bulls can hold around there, they can potentially get an inverse head and shoulders, break above this resistance up here around 22.55. And bulls might see continuation to the upside on Ethereum. If we take a look at some other cryptos, Link, very similar to Bitcoin, where it had that little bit of a double top. XRP, similar to Bitcoin, bit of a double top. Okay, now this can be a bull flag forming, but the thing is, you look on the weekly chart and it doesn't look great. The weekly chart doesn't look too great right now. Whereas the daily looks okay. The daily's trying to find its direction. We didn't get a bearish break yet. We're in a consolidation pattern forming an equilibrium. And an equilibrium is when you trade within a range, up and down within a range. And that's what we're seeing right now on Bitcoin, XRP, Link, BNB, very similar. Yep. And right now, Ethereum appears to be the strongest crypto at the moment. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Thus far, it's rejecting that weekly middle Bollinger Band. But it is holding above the 4-week moving average, showing more strength. And we got a little bit of a weekly double bottom. It isn't a double bottom because it broke the low. But we probably could consider it a double bottom because it didn't break this low by that much. If it was a big break, it'd be different. But it broke it ever so slightly. So ideally, bulls want to hold this red line, 4-week moving average, break back above this middle weekly Bollinger Band, and eventually regain this support level, which has now become a resistance. So it's not looking bad at the moment. It's in a consolidation phase, an equilibrium pattern, most of them. Ethereum is showing more strength than the other ones. So we're seeing this potential bull flag over here. And unless the bears can see follow through and break down and break this support down here around the $2,000 mark and head towards that 200-day moving average, bears should be a little bit cautious still. Now, the weekly trend is not so pretty, but there is that little bit of a double bottom. The daily trend, though, is not bad right now. The bulls are making some headway. I wouldn't say, let's be extreme bullish Ethereum or crypto right now, because overall you can tell the market is still very subdued. It's still very quiet. It's still trying to find its direction. But I would say the bulls are making some headway. And there's no clear signs as of now I see that say go short. And no real signs I see that say right now to go long either. So I'm going to be watching for a break of this potential flag, bullish or bearish, and then I'd be looking at this resistance area over here and this support and this resistance area to signal a longer term direction on the chart. But when there's action like this, like there is on Bitcoin, Ethereum is more bullish. But when there's action like this, and the thing is they're all correlated at least somewhat with each other. So I wouldn't expect, even though Ethereum looks more bullish and it's got a more bullish chart than Bitcoin and some of the other ones, I wouldn't expect Ethereum to skyrocket while Bitcoin drops or while Bitcoin does nothing. I wouldn't think so anyways, unless there's some big news for Ethereum. And this kind of action can be really hard to trade. What you can do is you trade within this range. So you look to buy around this support level. You put a stop loss below. So then if it does break, you get minimal losses. If it holds, then you look to sell around this resistance area. And then if it breaks above that resistance area, you can buy back in. You sell before, you take your profits, secure your profits. If it breaks back above and then holds it as a support, you can buy back in. So that's how you would trade these equilibrium patterns. You look to buy near the supports and sell near the resistance areas. But otherwise, trading this kind of action is not too entertaining. There's not too much going on. And we're basically waiting for a setup. We're waiting for a clear signal that says we're going bullish or we're going bearish. And right now, I don't have enough signs to really make that judgment. So we're going to wait the next few days and find out. Thanks for watching the video. I'm going to drop more videos very shortly. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for your support. Follow my Instagram as well. I post quite a bit of information up there and always posting calls and stuff like that. So, well, not calls. I don't want to say that I'm telling people alerts, okay? And this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm providing education and telling you how to read the charts and how to look at the charts. And I'm giving my thoughts and opinions. But just be cautious of any decisions you make when it comes to the markets, because it's very easy to make money and it's very easy to lose money. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night. We'll talk soon.